Where does Blue Knives go from here? Well,
shows, isn't it?
Lots of shows and lots of festivals for next year. And in January, we are starting work on the next album. So 2010 is going to be a fantastic year. We want to go up a gear and move from smaller venues to mid-size and larger venues, outdoor venues. We want to also put together a short UK tour, which hopefully will get us and our name and our album out and about a little bit more on the road. You guys cool with that?
Yep.
With the record finished, is there anything you would change about it?
So much. For me,
personally, I would say no. I would say there's always things that I'm going to want to change about it, but these are living, breathing projects where, you know, us three people have only limited control over the end product. Once it's out there, I was listening to the radio the other day about an artist who she does sculpture and does paintings, and she says she was quite taken aback by a reporter who said that who asked her about how she felt about the painting, how she felt the audience felt about the painting, and she said, "Why are you asking me? Because the painting now has a life of its own." And I thought that's a brilliant thing, because that's what I totally agree with. We've put a product out there that was unashamedly us at the time. We totally believed in it. We weren't being pretend, we weren't being false. It's everything we believed in at that time. It's a snapshot of Blue Knives throughout 2009. Whether or not it's a successful snapshot, yes and no. There's things that definitely I wouldn't have done now, but we can't. I personally believe that we can't really say that, because it's out there and we let it go, and it's out there and living and breathing and its own thing now.
I think a first album's always going to be a first album. You're really gathering things together that you've done for the last 2, 3, 4 years, you know, whatever, or, you know, year, and whereas a second album is going to be a shorter space, time, writing, and songs are great, you know, and thank God they're down.
That's a big one.
There's always like 1 or 2 levels you go, oh, that could have been a little bit louder, that could have been a little quieter. That's not really a regret. That's just more of a, you know, a super listen. So that's about it.
Nath?
I think for me personally, there are lots and lots of things that I will definitely try to get changed for the next album, as far as just sounds go. I've learnt a lot about my bass sound personally since actually recording the album, and I would have changed a lot while I was doing it. But like Rich said, for a first album, it's just brilliant for the way we did it, and we can't change it now. So I'm happy for what it is. But for next time, there's definitely going to be a lot of things that I need to change.
Time for that jazz bass and that Ampeg.
Maybe not.
That's all we need to say about that. Yep. I think that's really important. I've said it before, and this last question, I've said it before, and I'll ask again. When can we expect you in the US? When you pay us to come across?
Yes.
No,
we're
US.
Not rich enough yet.
It would be fantastic to do some gigs in the US, and it's a market that I think we could definitely tap into with our sort of British indie sound, and so it will definitely be a plan as and when we get to that level.
Yeah, definitely. It's something to aim for, and you just keep building until you're at that level, and hopefully we'll be there sooner rather than later. You know, playing in different countries in the world is just the great reward of music, and I also want to go to Sweden.
Because there's lots of blonde ladies there.
No, there's lots of people. I've got friends in Sweden. There's lots of people want us to come to Sweden. It really is where the demand takes you. You know, it's you know, if Spinal Tap had Sex Farm in the top 10 in Japan and went there,
then we can have separated lives in the
10.
folk charts of Sweden.
In the folk charts of Sweden.
And be knocking on the door of Denmark and Finland.
And we'll be there, selling out folk stadiums.
Cool. That's it, boys.
All right.